Hello everyone, welcome back to the Alteryx tutorials. In this video we are going to talk about very important tools that are present in the Join tab of the Alteryx tool. Now these tools are the Find and the Replace tool. As the name suggests, they help you to find for the values, and if you want to replace your found value with any other value, so for that also this tool is used. Okay, so here in the workflow, as you can already see, I have input the data, that is the sample superstore data, and I have applied two data cleansing operations. So this I have already explained in the previous videos. In case you have not seen the videos, I would recommend you to go and watch them to easily understand that what's going on here. Now once your data is clean, let us make use of the Find and Replace tool. It is present in the Join tab. So here's the Join tab and here is the Find and Replace tool. Let me just drag it over here. Now let us understand this tool. It is used to find a string in one column of a data set and look up and replace it with the specified value from another data set, right? So you can use it to append columns as well. Now if we take a look at the configuration tab, we have this find section and the replace section. There are two different sections, right? In the find section, we have these three radio buttons that can be chosen as per our wish. First is beginning of field, that searches for the instance of the field value at the beginning of the field. The entire field does not have to contain what is being searched for. Next, we have any part of the field, which means it would search for the instance of the field value in any part of the field. The entire field again does not have to be containing what is being searched for. Third is the entire field, that it would search for the instance of the field value contained within the entire field. The instance must be there in its entirety to be replaced with a new value. Then we have find within field option, which is used to select the field in the table with the data to be replaced. F is the input anchor by the data in the reference table, and R is the input anchor that is being specified by which data to be replaced. Okay, next we have is the find value, that is used to select the field from the reference table, that is the R, that contains the same values as the find within table in the original table. Okay, next we have the case insensitive find and match the whole word only. So what we will do is, if we take a look at this orders table, this we would be connecting to the replace. Okay, next we would be getting another in out, and let me just get the input data. Here what I have done is, let me just move it a little bit here. So what I have done is I have made some changes into the subcategory field and the category fields. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just first of all get the file over here, and this is the file that I want. Yeah, so here let's just click on OK and connect it to the find values. Okay, so it is going to find the values and replace it. Okay, so let me just go back to this tool. If I just click on the output anchor of this first field, what we would be getting here is 100 records actually, and here you can see the subcategory chairs is having a different spelling, means there are some of the white spaces. But in the case of this, the output anchor of the data cleansed field, we'll find that in the subcategory the chairs are correct. Okay, so we need to find the value of chairs and replace it with this. That means the subcategory field would be employed. So let's just click on this entire field subcategory and replace it with a subcategory value. Okay, and that's the case insensitive find, or let's just keep all the settings as this only and click on run. Now you can see that we have find in this F targets, there are a number of records, and in the R target, that's the source, there are a number of records. If we click on the output anchor, so the total number of records is 5191. That means the field where we have replaced the values, right? And the values would have been replaced over here. Okay, so here we can just select the subcategory again and click on run. So this is how the find and the replace tool works. It is used to replace the values, right? So this was all about the find section. Let us now focus on the replace section. So we have replace found text with value. That means we have to choose the field from the reference table to update the original table. That means the find table. If you want to replace multiple items, then you can just check this button, or you can just uncheck it. Append fields to record. If you want to append a column from the find field to the replace field, then you can just do that as well. Okay, so these are the options that are available. Let me just append some records, category and the product name records, and click on run. Now if you just click on this output anchor, then you can see category 2 and product name 2 are also available over here. That means these have been appended in the final output. So that's how the find and the replace tool works. Now let us talk about the other tool that is available, which is known as the union tool. So the union tool is a special tool which is again present in the join tab. Now what is the function of this tool? It is used to combine two or more data sets on the column names or the position. So on the basis of the column names or the position, it is used to combine the data sets, right? And in the output, each column contains the row from each input. We can actually perform the union operation on the basis of the number of the columns or the position, the name of the columns or the position of the columns, right? So if we take a look at this, we have two columns, we have two data sets right now. That is the consumer segment data set and the corporate segment data set. So if we just take a look at these data sets, they all have the same values, that is the same columns, column names are same, and the position is also same, right? So we can just perform the union on both cases, that is on the basis of name and on the basis of positions as well, right? So what we are going to do is we are just going to take both of them, drag this union tool over here, and we are going to connect them. So this is 1 and this is 2. So we can just attach them, both of them. The one is the consumer and the second is the corporate. Now if we just check on this output tab, what we would be getting is a combination of the rows. That is 8211 records in total. Here you can see, right? Then we have this, for cross check, we have the segment column where first of all the consumer values are there, and then if you just scroll down, we would be having the corporate values. Okay, so this is what we are getting over here. Now if you just go to this union tool, here we have three options. Auto config by name, that means if the column names is similar, then you can use this option. Next is auto config by position, that means if the position is similar, then automatic configuration would be done on the basis of position. So we can do that as well, because in our case both of the things are same, so there would be no change, right? But the third option that we have right now is the manual configuration by the fields. So if you want to configure some fields to other values, that you can do, like here we have state and postal code. So if you want to just change them with this, interchange them like this, okay, and click on run. So now what would happen is, if you just go there in the state and the postal code, these values would be interchanged with one another, right? To understand it in a better way, we can just use the browse tool over here, so that we can get to see the individual records and run it, right? Now if we just go to this tool here, we can find the postal code, right? And as you can see, the longest value is North Carolina, the last alphanumeric value is Wisconsin. That means the values have been interchanged, okay? And similarly, in order to check for the segment, what we can do is just select the segment field over here. Here is the segment field, and there are two values, the consumer segment and the corporate segment. So that is how the union works. For the union to work, at least two of the data sets must be available, and they must have some of the common ground on the basis of which you can perform the union operation. Union operation is similar, that is, one table is appended over the other table. No changes are made into the individual records, only the appending operation takes place. So that's all for this union tool, and that's all for this video. In the next videos we would be looking at some more tools of this join tab. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.